piece was called Senate. Not the Senate that we, well, don't want to talk about that Senate. This Senate is an old Elizabethan term, kind of when Shakespeare was around. And whenever in these plays, Elizabethan plays, whenever a main figure came in, there would be this little trumpet fanfare or something like that to announce that this person was coming on stage, and that was called a Senate. So this is kind of a term from the 1500s that Patrick Burns used. Patrick lives in New Jersey, teaches at Montclair State University, and wrote this piece for the 30th anniversary of the Westchester Symphonic Winds, which is a community band on the Hudson River in New York, kind of New York, New Jersey border. Fun piece, great, happy piece. This is my third time doing the West Virginia All-State. I did it in the 90s. The last time I did it was 2002. These people were either not born or 1 year old. You know how that makes me feel? And I can't figure out if they liked what I did the last two times that they brought me back, or they decided they'd give me one more chance to get it right. I haven't decided that yet. The next piece we're going to do is called Peace Dancer. It's very, very different, maybe than anything you've ever heard for band. Not that it's weird, because it isn't, it's beautiful. But if you could think about every one of these students having a different color crayon, and when they enter to play, their crayon melts into everybody else's melted crayon. And then somebody like me takes and starts drawing designs in it. So I pull that yellow here and that red comes in here, but then the red goes this way and the yellow goes back this way. You're not going to be able to sing the melody like da 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 dee da. You're not going to have that. But what you're going to hear is this palette of colors that keep changing like a kaleidoscope. And I'm happy to play this piece because Jody Blackshaw, one, is a female composer. And not enough female composers get represented in band. There are a lot of really good female composers. I want us to get to the point where we're not saying female composers, that we have to make the gender. But she also lives in Australia, but she's a delightful human being, and this is a beautiful piece. I hope you enjoy Peace Dancer. So the program is wrong in that we're going to play the premiere, the piece that was commissioned. Obviously, this is the best piece we're playing on this concert. I think West Virginia All-State asked me maybe 2 years ago if I would write a piece for the 2019 All-State Band, which I was happy to do. And I didn't know exactly what I was going to write, and I came up with this tune. Hey, Anthony, I didn't tell you this, but would you go ahead and play the tune? I came up with this little tune. Now, for those of you who may know something about music history, that tune sounds like it could have even been written in the 1500s, that little tune. And I realized it kind of sounded like a Renaissance tune, which was the era in the 1500s. So there's a form in music called rondo. Actually, the modern spelling is R-O-N-D-O, but the old spelling in the Renaissance was R-O-N-D-E-A-U. And what that means is there's a theme presented, and then there's a different tune presented. And then the theme that you heard at the beginning comes back. And then there's another new tune. And then the theme you heard at the beginning comes back again. So if you were labeling these with letters, it'd be A, B, A, C, A, D. And I decided to go back to music from the 1500s. There's a collection of dances called the Dancery, and it was from 1551. So what you'll hear is we play that tune, and then you'll hear this beautiful chorale type tune that's actually from 1551, 1500s. And because the reason I did that too is, one, to teach the students about Renaissance music, but also that's when bands started. That's when wind instruments started to become being built and being played as a group of, they used to call them consorts. And this collection of dances said, we don't care. There was a high part, a middle part, a lower part, and a lower part. Didn't say specific instruments at that time. So this is the world premiere, no one has heard this before, publicly, of rondo written specifically for this band by me. Hope you like it. too. What's wonderful about this ensemble is, one, they're very respectful. They're very quiet. They can get down to business. They have lots of personality, and they're not afraid to talk to the concert. There have been times where I've never spoken to any of the students in the band because they don't come near you. It's like you have leprosy or something. They stay away from you. And these students work so hard. They work so hard at trying to make the music better. They don't goof off. I mean, we have fun, but they know the difference between having fun and now we're working. And not all groups are like that. And you know, I've done, this is gonna sound bad, you just trust me, man. I've done all states like in Texas, where maybe if you line the players up, their players down the line were better, but not with the attitude. And give me a band like the West Virginia with the quality of their musicianship and their positive attitude, and I would be willing to conduct this band forever. And yes, so I love to do, the other reason I love to do it is West Virginia takes a bad rap, right? I mean, I'm sorry, they don't have Maryland jokes. But they do have West Virginia jokes, you know? And I love telling when my colleagues have never been here, and they go, and they said, where were you? And I went, doing the West Virginia All-State. And they go, how are they? And I go, one of the best All-States I've ever conducted. And they just pause for a minute. And I really do mean that. These are terrific young people. And I know they recognize them, but I didn't make this band sound good. I mean, I picked the music, we had fun, but it's the band directors and any private teachers that are out there. This is their band. They're the ones whose great teaching is on display. So again, if you have a student in this band, stand up and be recognized. You're very great.
For the directors.
I do think it was my fault that it snowed yesterday because I live in Wisconsin where the snow's about that high right now and more is coming tonight. So I apologize to you for the snow yesterday. The other thing great about this All-State is that as a conductor, you're treated really well. Contrast, I was at one All-State where when it was over, I walked back to my hotel because nobody was going to take me to get anything to eat. The restaurant was closed at the hotel, and I ordered a Domino's pizza and ate it in my room. Here you're treated like royalty. They take you to wonderful restaurants, they make sure you're taken care of, and the person that is in charge of this band needs to get another round of applause, and that's Tracy Philbin. Tracy? And I have some good friends here that I made over 25 years ago, and I just want to do a shout out to Neil Randolph and Mark Hartman, who are friends of mine. Mark and I go back over 25 years, and he's a dear friend. It's been great to see him. We're going to do our last piece called Chorale and Toccata. It's by Robert Jager. Robert Jager, composer, he's in his 80s now. I think he just turned 80, in fact, and taught at Tennessee Tech University. Wonderful composer for band. And this is one of my favorite pieces that he ever wrote, Chorale and Toccata. And the reason I like it is I'm going to give you a little lesson again. The chorale theme. Then there's a toccata theme. Anthony actually paid me to feature him on these little demonstrations. And in my old age, I'll do anything for money. I'll conduct traffic. So that's the toccata theme. Well, what Mr. Jaeger does at the end is brings that theme in over top of the chorale at the same time. We call that a simultaneous recapitulation. And when I was in college and we played this piece, I heard that, and I was just mesmerized by that form. It's a great moment. You'll hear it. It's a great moment when the brass are playing the chorale and the woodwinds are playing the toccata theme. And I'd have to do another shout out for a student. Kaylee Philbin back there in Timpani Land. This piece has been republished. It was out of print. And I have discovered that they forgot to put a timpani part in the new score, in the new set of parts. I ordered a set and used it just last week, and there was no timpani part. I thought it was just my set. The set here, no timpani part. And that toccata movement is like a timpani concerto. Again, Kaylee, I had a copy of the timpani part on my iPad. She has never seen it before. She's trying to read the iPad Thursday afternoon and play the timpani part. We finally printed out. And again, she didn't see the timpani part till Thursday afternoon. So help me thank Kaylee for learning that part. Thank you for inviting me back. In 17 years, I'll be 82, and I'll be ready to conduct the band one more time. Hope you enjoy chorale and toccata.